The Sculk Horde mod got a lot of update, and a bunch of stuff is now out of the experimental, so today I'm gonna show you everything that is new to the Sculk Horde mod. And of course, all we need to do now, well, is to wait for the Sculk Horde to infect this area so I can show you everything that is new. And there we go, it is infecting here. The start of the infection is slightly different. There's no more like phantom immediately, and we already have something new, the diseased kelp. Is it infecting real kelp? It is. Oh, that's nice. And if you step on the diseased kelp, well, it gives you the Barrode effect. There's a lot of new aquatic stuff in the mod. So let's wait a bit and see what it looks like in a few minutes. Alright, okay, it's not a lot, but it's enough for me to show you what is next in the Sculk Horde mod. First of all, we have the Sculk Stinger, and in here, the Sculk Leech. Oh, also, yeah, there's the Sculk Salmon. So the Stinger is like a mite, but that flies, and the Leech is like a mite that swim. It's basically just infectors that can latch and infect bodies. The Salmon is more like aggressive, it's more damage-based, and it's doing a right job. Do we have squids? They are now out of the experimental, the Sculk Squid. They are extremely fast, and they can blind you and infect you. Then we have the Sculk Pufferfish. These guys are support that can also explode and infect enemies of the Horde. Just like that. They make a cloud of infection that poisons and burrow. But they can also explode in regeneration. Just like that. Here we go. Oh, it's 1 minute of regeneration too. These guys are insane. Okay. Water infection is now really dangerous in the Sculk. Water was safe, water's no longer safe. Especially with these guys, they look so fast. And the last thing that we probably won't see yet, the nodes can now spawn underwater. And that basically covers all the new units and blocks from the underwater update. But that's really not all. There's some new structure added to the mod. And the new structure are doing something that I wish most infection mod does, growing slowly and not popping out of existence like it's a freaking god intervention. Like, this is the new bee colony, and now what I have in my hand is the core that you cannot obtain in survival. Normally the Horde just places itself, but already? Oh my god. Anyway, so let's place the core. Normally, like I said, the Horde does it. And this should... There we go, there we go. These blocks are placed by the structure and not the infection, like, cursor. It's making its own structure, one block at a time. And it's gonna spawn... Hold on. Okay, well, maybe it is a bit broke. No, wait, hold on. I spoke too soon. There it is. Sculk Bee Nest with the new Sculk Bee Cell. There's been an update on the texture too. And this is the new nest structure. There's 3 beehive. And like I said, they spawn naturally. They blend in environment. But that is not the only structure. There are new mushrooms that can spawn like this. Let's spawn a core right here. And if we spawn this guy, here we go. It's gonna spawn a mushroom-like structure. I think there's more than one type of mushroom. But look at that. It just blends in and builds the structure. How cool is that? Oh, the Sculk Horde has failed the raid, but let's find the node. Let's see if it's an underwater one. And no, I don't think so. Yeah, it's here. It's not an underwater one. All right, let's move on to another structure that it can build. The Tendril. This is basically just for looks, but it looks good. So let's place one here. Well, I guess no, you can collect, yeah, living stone. There's living stone in there. You can get some living stone, and with the living stone, you can make the ward block. So you don't need to go to the node now to build the ward. You can just find one of these tendrils somewhere in the wild without going close to a node. At least normally there's gonna be like Sculk around it. And I think for this one too, whoops, wrong one. I think for this one too, there's more than one type. Yeah, look at that. They're not the same. This one seems bigger. Yeah, both of them are bigger than this one. This one is up, and this one is like the warden's ear or something. We got 3 nice examples here. And I believe that once the tendril is done, yep, it replaced the core block with normal Sculk living rock. Such a good mechanic. Anyway, let's move on to the last thing that the Horde can build that will lead, like a segue, to the new equipment of the Sculk. And that is the Soulite Crystal. This block will build like a weird small deposit. And these guys, like, this is the budding Soulite block, which means they are going... Oh, there it is. To grow Soulite bud, and these things can grow into Soulite cluster, and if you break these, you will get Soulite Shard. And with this, there are some new recipe. You can make some new tools. There's a new sword, the Blade of Purity, and this is still experimental. I'll talk about it when it's out of experimental. But now, you're wondering, how do we create ferrocite or diacite? With the good old Soul Harvester that you can craft with the Chunk of Brain, which you get from destroying Node Core, this here, which, has a new texture. Hold on, that's new. And if you remember, you need to fuel it by killing a bunch of mobs. Let's see if I can just cheese my way to it. Okay, there we go. We are we are filling the Soul Harvester. Okay, now let's just hold on. All right, if you put an iron ingot in here in the Soul Harvester, you will get what the heck? A ferrocite. Oh my god, it uses the whole thing. Okay, and if you put a diamond in here, it's gonna do the same thing and give you a diacite. So wait, you need a lot of mobs to get this running. Let's see how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. At least 20. At least 20. And now you have the diacite and the ferrocite. Ferrocite will make a set of ferrocite tool, which mine faster the more you mine of the same block, which means if you mine only dirt, you'll get faster and faster, but if you mine something else, it's gonna incur a minor speed penalty. And you can repair the tool by killing non-Sculk mobs. It's like a discount mending. And the diacite will seek out and mine other blocks of the same type. It's like vein mining. So these tools are vein mining tools. This is really cool. A bit harder to get, but really cool. Oh, there we go. We get some cluster that seems to be almost mature here. Okay, we need to we need to stop this. Oh, if you break the soul, it just spread. Well, that's interesting. Wait, hold on. If you do this and then you break it, it spreads the skull horde. Oh, that's a mechanic I didn't know, and now I'm glad I know, and I hope you do too. All right, anyway, enough with these guys. All right, let's look at the Blade of Purity now. You need 2 Infestation Purifier, which you need a pure soul and some Sculk resin obtained from shearing mature cell under the Sculk beehive. These are new texture. I haven't seen this before. This is nothing new. It's just some reminder, and the calcite, just a reminder, drops from the spire from the node. I don't think they have started to spawn, but I can see some tendrils. There's one here. There's one here. Also, the soulite are extremely rare. I've let another world run for like 6 hours and I haven't seen one spawn. So I guess they're pretty rare. But anyway, I digress. The Blade of Purity is a sword that upon striking a Skull Horde mod, it will give the purity effect and purify the surrounding lands. And this blade has a large sweeping edge, making it ideal for hordes of mobs. So let's test this thing. There's a Skull Phantom. Schwam, there we go. So fighting with it purifies the land. I like this. It has 8 attack damage, but attack as fast as an axe. So the damage on it is not that great, but it's mostly made, yeah, there we go. Oh my god, it one-shots the poor mobs. Yeah, because the purity effect still, I think, damage them. Yep. It's like poison for them. There's also a new potion called the Potion of Corroded. All you need is an acidic mass with a thick potion. A thick potion? Wait, hold on. Glowstone on water bottle gives a thick potion. It's the first time I see a thick potion being used. But anyway, you can make Potion of Corroded and a Splash Potion of Corroded. And I believe it's exactly the same thing as the Sculk Spitter. It will just... It's like some sort of, yep, poison effect, but it kills if you reach 1 HP. It's more like the wither effect. Alright, so I think it's time to put to the test the new underwater update in these 2 structures. So let's try to use the dev command to place a node right here. There we go, Sculk node has spawned. The only thing is the Sculk Horde is still unactivated, so let's fix that. It should, there we go, being awakened. Okay, so while we have these guys infect here, let's go up the Acropolis and set up a dev mass infectinator. I forgot that I missed something. You can now turn the infected stone into stairs and walls, as well as diorite, and you can basically do like all the variant stairs, slabs, walls as you want. Like even with the cobblestone, there's now recipe. There was no recipe before. Even the blackstone. Alright, we can see a bit of these guys losing their mind now that their Acropolis is getting infected. You caused me enough trouble, Syla! Perish! Anyway, let's awaken the Leviathan, and we'll be right back. Alright, it's all, or pretty much all infected. Let's see the damage. I see the 2 boss bar are still there. And I don't think, yeah, there she is. Also, the game is a bit choppy, I noticed. Probably because I'm running maxed render distance and this structure has a lot of components. Also, I noticed there is way too many of these disease kelp. In addition to converting the normal kelp, they do spawn by themselves, making it a bit too cluttered in the ocean. I have like, yeah, some weird stutter when I'm looking this way. It's like all noise. YouTube compression won't like that. And let's see inside here. What? Oh my god, what happened? Destruction is what happened. Wow. With the bosses that now regenerate, there's like nothing that can like kill it except if it's stronger than it, because it will just keep regenerating after each fight. Which is why I don't like bosses that do that. Also, I didn't know Leviathan was hostile against Glow Squid. Maybe there's a farm to be done with that. Anyway, with these massive updates coming out of Experimental, I think we're due for some videos about Infection Battle. And I never noticed there was some murals here. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.